Hey folks, Technivorous here. One of yesterday's fails got me thinking, and that's this guy right here. We were testing out the filament runout sensor on the ET4, which worked amazingly well. As you can see, it did get the color change effect that we wanted, but the model was really poor quality. I don't know if that was due to the choice of model or what, but it got me thinking. Now, I have a 1mm nozzle around here somewhere, and I've been thinking about throwing it on and doing some vase mode prints on the ET4 as well. So today we're going to do just that, and we are going to continue using the scrap. So we're going to start off a multicolored, really thick vase. And looking at this, I think I've learned a few things about how to do this properly without separation. I think one of the key things is, if I look at this top layer, I know it's really hard to see, but there is a slight gap there. Now, that's because that is the longest it took me in between times to switch. So if we're going to do this, I'm going to have to be right on top of the machine and make sure that I change the filament as soon as it's ready to be changed. That way, there's no time for that to cool down, and there's no temperature difference when it starts to lay down the next layer of filament. So we're going to jump right into this right now. So I've got my ET4 heating up here. We need to jump over to Kira and make some adjustments to a couple of our items. So basically we need to go in here and change the nozzle size. We're going to be using a 1mm nozzle, and we're going to keep the rest of the settings. I need to double check my temperature here. We're going to make that 205. The bed is fine. Print speed is fine. Travel is fine. Cooling is fine. Don't want support. So let's scroll down here and find spiralize mode in the specialized modes. We'll turn that on. Give this a quick slice, see what it's giving us for time. I do have the machine almost all the way heated up, and when we're done slicing this, we will jump back over there and change the nozzle out. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and let this slice. We'll jump over there now. Hit the transition button. And as you can see, we are all switched up and ready to go. We got everything sliced, so we're going to save to a removable drive. You'll notice a slightly high time for printing here. It shouldn't be taking that long with the 1mm nozzle. I do have the speed cranked way down though, because I can always turn it up on the machine. So we are on the drive and ready to start the print. Alright, we're getting ready for our first transition here. So let's get a little zoom here. See if we can see the transition again, because that worked pretty well last time. And interestingly, it is doing this in spiralized mode, but it is not spiralizing because the structure is so thick. But things seem to be working out pretty well at the moment. So we're going to stay zoomed in until we can see some green filament there. So I can see it starting to change with my eyes from here. I know it's hard to tell in the camera, but you should see it a lot more boldly here in a minute. One more pass here, I think, should be sufficient. If you look closely, you can kind of see it faintly turning to a green color. So we'll come back and check on this as we near the end of this green and get ready to switch again. Switch pretty well to that nice green color. We are ready for the next transition here. And it's already coming out pink, and that transition won't take long. There's not much pink filament there. So. And time for one more change. And there we go. We're back up and running. Silver this time. Houston, we have a fail. Alright, so to show you this properly, we're going to have to turn off our filter here. 1 second. There we go. Back to the good old green screen grounded on planet Earth. So, if you get a nice look at this here, you can see it was working really, really well until it wasn't. That's about the way that usually works. Having a little bit of problem with this technique with the using multiple filaments. These ones all seem to fuse pretty well, but for some reason I lost adhesion to the bed, which I'm surprised because it put down a lot of filament down there as far as suctioning it. Also, as it continued up, I noticed that it wasn't really doing vase mode. It was giving me a full thickness layer. So I need to go back and double check my settings. And just because I really want to print a 1mm thick vase with the 1mm nozzle, I am going to print a full vase in a single color. So we'll grab a whole spool, put it on there, not mess around with any of the changing, and just get that 1mm vase mode vase pumped out, see what we can get. Alright, so I've gone back to vase mode here. I've made sure that I am in vase mode, and I've made sure that my nozzle size is correct. It's giving me a preview time of 1 hour and 59 minutes. Let's check out the preview and ensure that we are getting a vase mode just one spiral pass. It is looking that way, so we're going to roll with this. I'll save to the drive. We'll throw it on the ET4. And we are off and running. Hopefully this time with it actually working in vase mode, it will work out better than it did last time. Although I didn't quite put a full spool on here. It is a larger amount than we had been using, but it is still pretty close to the end of a spool. So we will have to change the color here at some point. But hopefully with the little skirt I added at the bottom, or excuse me, the brim I added at the bottom, we should have better adhesion and be able to actually complete the model. And it should go a lot faster using that spiralized mode. So let's see how it works out as it starts putting down filament here. Looks like everything is starting to come out okay. And this is a bright yellow, so it should be fairly easy to see against that black background there. So that shouldn't really be an issue at all. It looks like it's starting to go down just fine. And as I suspected, it is showing up a lot better than it was before. So let's give this guy one more zoom real quick, get a little bit better picture of what's going on. And there we can see it going down, laying down that brim as I said. So I'm going to let this guy go. We'll come back to it in a little bit. And if it fails again, it fails again. But at least we're giving it a second go and taking another crack at it. Looks like vase mode is finally doing what it's supposed to. And things are coming along nicely. We'll let this continue until that spool runs out or the model finishes, whatever happens first. Alright, so you ready to see the finished product? So here it is. Nope, that's the fail. Here it is. Yeah, okay, so I had another fail. This time when I was changing the filament out, I accidentally pressed down on the gantry and it slid down, so when I hit the restart button, it rammed into the model and kind of knocked it off the bed. So toast again, but I did finally get a good print. And here it is. As you can see, it is two color. It is a solid vase, and I think it came out quite nice actually. Cool color combo, that nice silver and excuse me, that nice bronze and green color. So yeah, not too bad. I'm gonna play a little bit with the vase mode and make some more of these, but so far I kind of like the two-tone split idea more than the rainbow. As always, this channel is brought to you by these fine Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon, head over to www.patreon.com/Technivorous. That's going to be it for this video. As always, I am Technivorous, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our main channel page where we do a free giveaway for our subscribers every month. So far, we've given away things like a Capricorn PTFE tubing kit and spools of filament. So the giveaway videos are always pinned to our main channel page. So all you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment on the giveaway video for the current contest. Feel free to check out this video right here. YouTube picked it from my content just for you. And if you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button right here. So what are you waiting for? Become a Technivore now. Thanks again.
Technivorous out.